95.9 KRFF. Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Music. It's always there for us through the bad, the good, the ugly, you know the saying. And no doubt this current pandemic will inspire a lot of emotions and a lot of great music to come out of this. And the group ELVIS Monroe, well, they've given us a powerful piece called Be the Change. And on the phone, we've got the co-writers of this song, Be the Change, Ben Carey and Brian Hopkins. Gentlemen, how are you? Greetings from Fargo.
Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, thanks for making time. What's the atmosphere like where you're at?
Yeah, I drove the Strip 2 nights ago. I wanted to see it. I took my little guy and my lady down there, and it's eerie, and it's a bummer. There's not a car to be seen in a parking lot. There's no people moving around. It's a ghost town. It's definitely something for the books. It's something I hope we never see again in our lifetime. I was just mentioning to Brian, my best friend, I kind of feel in this time, out of respect for the situation, like I wish all the lights were turned off. We're really at a pause. It sucks to drive down there and see nobody and see the place lit up, unless they're tiny beacons. I hope for everybody, maybe.
Right.
Maybe. This city is built on tourism and the casino trade. 90% of the town relies on that. So this town is at an absolute standstill, and everybody's crushed. So I don't think Brian and I can say we feel special. We're in this giant canoe, and we're all rowing the same direction. But we are just trying to stay on track with what we do as men, what we do as best friends, what we do as a band. Matt Nelson, one of our founding members, lives in Nashville, Tennessee, son of the late, great Ricky Nelson and grandson to Ozzie and Harriet. He said, it's like the Titanic, the band was playing as the ship went down. I keep saying, I'm praying the ship's not going down, but we're going to keep playing.
Right.
So,
well, I want to ask you both, obviously being musicians and songwriters, we're all diving into music here to get us through the times, but other than songwriting and music, what are you doing to kind of keep your head up, stay positive, and keep moving forward out there?
It's kind of wild for me. I've been, trying to keep, working out at home. My girl has me doing these tapes and,
it's Richard Simmons, by the way.
Hey, ain't no shame.
Just trying to stay normal, reaching out to family through technology's crazy. You're watching everything going on Facebook, Instagram, but then, on your phones, you can FaceTime family and whatnot, just checking in on everyone.
Right.
It's a really unprecedented time. I mean, we wrote this song based on a conversation. Ben sent me music. Ben sent me a little piece of music. He always does that. That's how we write. We seem to never write in the same room.
Right.
It starts with him. He gives it to me. I go back to him and ask him, what do you think? And then if we like it, we get together and we work on it. And in this particular case, he sent me a piece of music, and the Strip goes dark and the whole bit, and he said, Brian, this is getting crazy, and here, this is what I just came up with. And I was having a conversation with Nicole, going to the grocery store, to load up, not knowing what's going on. And I said to her, look, as a kid, I lived through hurricanes in North Carolina, and then in California. I lived in Burbank, and we had fires, we had the earthquake, the riots, we had 9/11. I was in Chicago on tour with my band when 9/11 happened. And then she and I met during the October 1 shooting. Ben and I were standing side by side. Ben gets hit in the arm by a stray bullet.
You're kidding. Wow.
No. And I reached out and grabbed her. She was the girl standing in front of me with her friend, and they helped me put people over the wall, and I have not let her hand go since. We've got through all that together. We're going to get through this too. We just don't know when it's going to end, and we don't know how things are going to happen, but we have to have a little faith. Every time we wake up, it's a gift. And I said, and this will be a story that you tell, each one of us. Well, the world has a story now, and that's what we're talking about. Then there's the people that are out there that we're going to be talking about when this is all over. And that's the truck drivers, the grocery stores, the gas stations, the banks, the people, the hospitals. My girlfriend works at a hospital, and her mom's a nurse at a hospital. They're seeing it firsthand. And the day she came home scared, I knew that this is really real. And sat down and penned the song and sent it to Ben and said, here's the melody, here's the lyrics to what you gave me. What do you think? And he said, we need to get this out. And so we found a way to make that happen through the help of David Bichette. He came up with an idea, and he's our fiddle player. He's from the band Emerson Drive. Matt Nelson from Nelson sang harmonies on it, wanted to be a part of it. He's also a founding member of this band. He started this with us. You know, we reached out and to Chris Reeve and Ashley Reeve. They're together. They're husband and wife. They were in a band called Filter together. They currently, both of them, were on tour with, she plays bass for Cher, and he was out on tour with Avril Lavigne playing drums. And both their world tours were canceled. And Ben and I just said, more the merrier, let's make this happen. And we did the rawest form of recording this song through our phones and video and put it out.
You know, when we wrote this song, it was one of those things that it just happened so quickly for us, and it was such an honest view of what we're all living right now. We were really passionate about getting it out. We had seen a lot of artists posting different, you know, music video style performances with recorded stuff, sort of playing along, which is cool. You know, everyone's getting their music out, but it's something, and we didn't want to do that. We wanted to find a way to be super raw and super honest and actually have a live performance. I've tracked the song, maybe 80% of the song in the studio, you know, drums, bass, guitars, you know, all the stuff Brian needs to go lay down vocals before we add the sprinkles on top, so to speak. But the thing is, I can't get together with my best friend. I can't go in and have him come over to the studio and smack down the vocals. It's not a possibility. So we didn't want to sit on this song and let it just kind of waste away into the song graveyard. You know, we felt it was relevant to every single person on earth right now. And I just said to Brian, you know, we got to get this out. He's always pushing me to get stuff out and sort of, you know, let go a little bit. And I was like, you know what, let's just do it. So I came up with a way using iPhone notes to record my guitar and video myself with two different devices, send the audio to Brian so he could listen to me in his headphones and record with two different devices the video of him singing. So only we had the vocal on its own and he was listening to my guitar in his ears. I sent the guitar pass to Ashley and Chris, who are locked up in quarantine in their PJs, and they listened to it, and then with another phone they recorded their audio. So at the end of the process, everybody had their audio separate and their video, so we just sent it to Dave, and at that point it'd be like getting 6 iPhones and laying them on a table and pressing play at exactly the same time.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was like a live performance. There's no polishing, it's as real and as raw and as nude as it's going to be. It was an amazing process, even to the point of sending. The most complicated part was getting the background vocals to line up with the lead vocal. So I actually had to take, this is where technology came to play a little bit. I pulled up GarageBand, which is an app that comes with every iOS device, and I opened up a track, and I held my iPhone to the speaker of the iPad for the entire song and played the pass of my guitar. Then I got Brian to send me his vocal on its own, and I held it by the iPad on another track and played the whole pass. Then I went in and I blew up the audio waves, and I lined them up so it was like they're in time as a guess, and it was perfect. I blended those two together and sent them to Nashville so Matt could listen to the guitar and the vocal and sing along with Brian in his ears and record his vocals separately, so that way his phrasing was perfect with Brian, you know?
The crazy part about that, though, what Maddie's hitting me up at like 1 o'clock in the morning saying, hey, I'm sorry it's taken so long for me to sing on this, but we've been having hurricane warnings.
Oh.
The whistle's going off, so I keep having to wake up the wife and the baby and tuck them away, and then we get the okay to come back out. And he goes, and that's happened a couple of times. So he goes, and I do want to do this. So, and I said, look, go take care of family. You know, we'll get to this when we get to it.
Are you guys considering going into a studio and re-recording this, or do you want to keep it as is, almost kind of like a reminder of the times? Hey, we recorded it raw, it came out great, and that's how we want to leave it.
I'm about 75% done with the recording already, actually, for the actual album. I didn't wait on this one. I jumped right in. We're trucking along. We're actually, we've been writing a lot in this quarantine process. We're probably going to end up with, at least 5 or 6 brand new tunes that we weren't banking on having when we went into this. So we had originally had 12 songs ready for a new album, but by the time this is over, we probably got enough for 3 EPs. But getting back to the question you asked, are we going to leave it the same? No. This is already done. There's a timestamp in this, and I really love what this is. I think it's super organic and super real and raw. I want there to be a studio version so people can purchase it on iTunes and download it and rock it in their car. But I also want to go one step further. I want to have a third version where it's filmed with HD cameras in a really cool location, completely live with the 6 people that made this song special, and blow it down from start to finish when we can record it while we're doing it with cameras with all of us in the same room, and make it a really special, like sort of something as a bonus track or some footage,
Sure.
that we don't have. We just wrote a song that meant something to us,
Yeah.
and I'd like to capture that, where you can hear everything pristine, and I believe the players are capable of doing that, because everyone's world class at what they do, and we don't overthink the craft. The sum of the parts is greater than the whole with this band.
Absolutely. I also want to ask you, just recently in the news it came out, I don't know if you saw it, We Are the World. Remember that big hit from the 80s?
Oh, God.
Okay, so Lionel Richie wants to remake it, but he wants to use the stars of today to re-record that video. And obviously, a lot of people are not for it. They're saying leave it as is. But to me, Be the Change, it's one of those powerful songs. Is there any thought to, when you do release the song, to maybe have it go towards some COVID-19 relief cause? And if you did, what would that cause be? What is one that's near and dear to your heart?
Something that Elvis is very passionate about, and for better or for worse, it tends to be what we do, is we write about real things. We wrote a song called The Fight, and I'm really, really proud of that song, and I believe it's a special song. And if it got to see the light of the day, it would be a hit. And we had plans of it being the new We Are the World.
Right.
It's
We
funny
have
that
all
you bring
these
that up.
artists on it
And
already.
we ran into nothing but roadblocks with record companies and management when it came to tracking this song. We had all these amazing world-class artists that said, yeah, we love the song, we want to be part of it. And their management and record companies said no. We have a few really cool collaborations from world-class people on deck with that song already, but it's never really going to see the light of day just because of all the red tape and BS that the music industry is.
We have some big artists on there already that sang on it and played on it. Just became so much red tape. We were going to have it out in weeks. I would love to have an iPhone version that says iPhone, because it is this moment. All we're trying to do is help you slide that smile on your face. That's what this is about.
I love it. Final question I want to ask you guys. Obviously, the music business, it's an ever-changing machine. What is one change you think this whole pandemic will be making on the industry in a positive direction moving forward?
I think the pandemic's going to affect not just the music business, but I believe the way business in general is done. I think we all need to be ready for change. We're kind of like seaweed in a creek, blowing whichever way the tide is blowing. There's not a lot any of us can do about it. So the approach that we have taken with Elvis from day one is we do everything ourselves. It's just the two of us,
Right.
We're not on a label. We're not under management. We don't have anything.
Right.
We do it because we love it.
It's just the two of us doing what we love doing. And, we've had meetings, we've had talks with labels that we love. We've opened up to the biggest artists in the world who are our friends and our mentors and our buddies. And again, we go this path on our own. A situation like this tends to take the business away from music and shine the light on the talent, I believe, a little bit more. Like, it's just great seeing these guys that just have talent pouring out of everywhere, no production and no bells and whistles, and affect people on a genuine, real level. And you'll appreciate that there's a lot of time and effort and heart and soul in the craft, and it has to affect you on some level. So, I think that in a nutshell, I think that's a positive for artists, that it
Sure.
gets back to what's real and the talent will rise. So maybe it will light the fires in the younger generation and help carry the craft forward.
Love it. Well, I tell you what, Ben, Brian, Elvis Monroe, you guys have friends up here in Fargo. Thank you so much for spending time and chatting with us. And let's get into that song now. Check it out, Elvis Monroe. Find them on social media. Here's Be the Change on 95.9 KRFF.
Stories about my life. Sounds like I've lived on the front lines. Earthquakes, riots, hurricanes in my time. Well, we'll get through this like we did those nights. Like the darkest night that almost took our lives. Just close your eyes, have a little faith. It'll be the story you share one day. There's a lot of life coming your way. In prayer there's power, glory to a new day. You'll be the story, you'll be the change. You'll be the story, you'll be the change. History is written page by page. We can make the same mistakes or choose our own ways. Family's a gift, at home we stay. Love growing stronger and loving arms we save. Stay at home, don't roam is the state of the world today. Just close your eyes, have a little faith. It'll be the story you share one day. There's a lot of life coming your way. In prayer there's power, glory to a new day. You'll be the story, be the change. You'll be the story, be the change. So many heroes not at home. They sit behind the wheel, putting miles on their trunks. So many heroes go unknown. They hide behind a mask and scrubs. Just close your eyes, have a little faith. It'll be the story you share one day. There's a lot of life coming your way. In prayer there's power, glory to a new day. You'll be the story, you'll be the change. You'll be the story, be the change. You'll be the story, be the change. Be safe, take care of everyone, and be kind.